Welcome everybody. Today in this video I'm gonna talk about specifically how can you overcome this addiction in literally one freaking day. And here's the thing, before I started this video, that's not a clickbait, that's not a fake video, I'm not a freaking guru or whatever, right? I'm a senior retention coach. I made a lot of people overcome this addiction. And if you go to my Instagram, to the clients wins, which is the highlight, right, on Instagram, you will see that I literally can make you overcome this addiction in only one coaching session. So the reason why it's because you need to feel related with other people. You need to understand them. I've been struggling with this addiction for 7 years. 7 years. So I definitely understand it. And the more you're gonna go through pain, the more you're gonna go through experience, the more you're gonna learn lessons. Okay, so that's why I created this quote in the first place. Life is all about lessons. Learn as much as you can. So in order to overcome this addiction, and I promise you, it's way easier than you think, right? So there's two things. You can either do it by yourself, which can kind of be hard. And I'm saying it really depends on the person. It really depends on how deep the addiction is. Or the second basically option is, join my coaching program, and I can make you literally overcome this addiction in one coaching session, 2 coaching sessions. It really depends on how deep it is. But obviously, because I have a lot of experience, I can make you overcome this addiction. I made everyone overcome this addiction, everyone that joined my coaching program, except 2 people, and those 2 people didn't do what I've told them. Because you need to do just some couple tasks, in order to understand more yourself, because I don't understand you. So basically that's all. So in this video, we're gonna go more in the first option. Okay, I'm gonna try to explain to you what you can do in order to overcome this addiction. And I promise you, if you implement what I'm gonna tell you in this video, you're gonna overcome this addiction. There is no way you're not overcoming this addiction. There is literally no way. So here's the thing, right? A lot of people keep saying you need to transmute this energy, which is true, right? But if we really understand it and really understand why we do this in the first place, right? The thing is basically you need to understand the root cause. The thing is, if you understand the root cause, if you understand why you're doing it in the first place, I promise you, you're gonna overcome this addiction. And basically that's literally all you have to do. Just understand the root cause. So because I told you how to understand the root cause, well, how can I do this? How can I understand my own root cause? So here's the thing, right? What I do inside my coaching program is basically I create your own personalized plan with personalized questions that you have to reflect on yourself every single day. And here's the thing, right? The more you're gonna have this self-reflection about your own addiction every single time, I promise you, it's gonna start to compound. The more it's gonna start to compound, I'm talking about knowledge, and the more you're gonna understand yourself. The more you're gonna understand yourself, the more you're gonna overcome this addiction. And that's how basically I made myself overcome this addiction, and that's how I make people easily overcome this addiction. Because I understand. I was addicted for 7 years. I was addicted for 7 years. So obviously I do understand the root cause in the first place, and basically it's way easier than you think, especially when you have someone that's gonna hold you accountable. But basically, what I'm trying to explain here is understand the root cause. How can you understand the root cause? Like I've said, is by questioning yourself. Every single time you're gonna question yourself, every single time you're gonna be conscious in the present moment. Every single time. That's why I kept telling to my clients that you need to do meditation. Meditation actually works. Meditation is a cheat code. And a lot of scientists, a lot of therapists, everyone, a lot of people, they say that if you just walk, or if you do meditation, or any sort of meditation, it's gonna work, because you're not letting those thoughts compound, right? Which is gonna lead you to basically being addicted, okay? Or basically to a relapse. And guess what's gonna happen when you're gonna be relapsing? You're gonna create this loop of shame. When you're gonna create this loop of shame, you're gonna relapse even more. You're gonna relapse even more, because you don't really understand why you're doing it. And that's why I'm trying to explain here in this video, is that you need to understand the root cause, okay? So what I will advise you basically is create your own list, okay? And try to understand, or try to question yourself some specific questions. For example, why did I want to relapse? Maybe because I was stressed. And remember, I was talking about the CRH loop, which stands for cortisol releasing hormones, which is basically if you have a job or if you're stressed most of the time, what's gonna happen is you're gonna see, pornography as a coping mechanism, and you're gonna use it as a solution, okay? Because you're stressed. And that's the only way you can make yourself feel relaxed. Okay, so this is for stress. There is a lot of type of emotions, and you need to understand which emotion that you feel every single time you want to watch pornography. So for most people, it's probably being bored. If you're bored, you need more dopamine hits. So if you want more dopamine hits, you're just gonna consume sexual content, okay? Or maybe scroll. And if you keep scrolling, it's gonna compound, which is gonna lead you to obviously watch even more content, okay? They're gonna, push you to have a dopamine spike. So you know what I'm talking about, sexual content. And there is also being anxious. There is, like I've said previously, stress, which is very, very common. So what I mean by this is you need to understand what is the emotion that you feel in the first place. The second question that you need to understand, or basically make yourself question, is what does pornography promise you when you use it? Does it promise you a release, a release of stress? Maybe something valuable? Because the problem that a lot of people, and this is a very common problem, is that there is a very, very big perceived value of pornography. They see as something very, very valuable. If I'm stressed, really stressed, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a pause, go to the bathroom while I'm working, right? And watch pornography so I can make myself feel released, okay? Because think about it, stress or any type of emotion. Well, here I'm gonna talk more about stress because it's very common, right? I'm sorry, there is a fly. The more you're gonna be stressing, the more you're gonna put a pressure on your mind, on your body as well. If you go to the gym as well, I know you never heard about this, but that's true. If you go to the gym and basically you keep lifting heavy weights and you don't do any massage or you don't take any hot showers, what's gonna happen basically is that you're gonna compound the stress in your muscles. And if you think about it this way, the more stress you compound, the more it's gonna be mentally as well. And if it's mentally and physically, obviously you're gonna be relapsing. And that's kind of a very, very, very specific problem that small percentage of people have it, right? I'm not telling you that you probably have this problem, maybe you have it. So basically that's all when it comes to this video. So if there is any questions, let me know in the comments. And if you want to join my coaching program to make you overcome addiction after one coaching session, right? Well, I'm not really sure, it depends on you. How deep is your, addiction? Just let me know in the comments. Remember that life is all about lessons. Learn as much as you can. Peace.